Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shauna.
Tonight we're going to take a look at the 4 whiskeys we're currently sipping on. All right, Shauna, so I know I had mentioned to you previously that we were recently called out by fellow Ohio YouTube channel, Whiskey Sippers. Not really a challenge, but they did a show, the 4 whiskeys they are currently sipping, enjoying, whatever. And so they were interested in seeing what us and a couple other channels were currently interested in. So
I can tell you I had no trouble coming up with my 4.
Shauna
it was pretty quick.
never has any trouble. I'm the one that doesn't drink. And so I always have to put a lot of thought into these challenges because it's like,
To me, it's easy. Just the ones that my hand goes to are obviously the ones I like to sip. So it was pretty easy.
Which was on that side of the
What
bar.
was a little bit harder was narrowing it to 4.
For me, 4 was not difficult, honestly, because I tend to concentrate on something.
You do. He's good at like getting it all the way down. Then you know how people leave like iced tea in the refrigerator with that little
Because you don't want to finish it.
Yeah, you don't want to finish it. That's what Bryan does to whiskey bottles.
Bryan's not the only one who does that. Okay, so we do. We each came up with 4 of our very own. However, one of those 4 is shared. We each claim it. So that's actually what we're sipping on tonight.
Yes. Cheers.
And it's Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye.
So this one currently comes in at 130.3 proof. It's a delicious pour. Our friend Charles down in Florida was nice enough to hook us up with this and a backup, and you can find it here and there in Ohio in various locations. So definitely one that we are comfortable going to. It's such a good pour.
It is. I could go to that almost every night if it wasn't a $60 bottle, and it's not always on the shelf.
Here in Ohio.
We got the backup on this. It had been on the shelf. I was like, okay, we're in good shape. Now it's not on the shelf. So hopefully it comes back because Shauna had plans for it. Okay, so you want me to go?
Yep.
One of my go-tos nearly, I won't say nightly, but pretty close if we're not doing a show or a live, if we're just down here at the bar hanging out, or if I'm watching Whiskey Tube. I really am fond of this Green River Rye. We did a show a while back where we picked up 4 bottles of the Green River. This rye just really grabbed my attention, and I've been hooked on it ever since. So it's a great bottle, easy to find here in our area. I can walk into the store any day and find that bottle.
So my next one is the Wilderness Trail Rye. Delicious bottle. I get a nice cherry note on it. It comes in at 100 proof, so it's not so proofy. It's like a good sipper. You know, the Jack Daniel's is 130 proof, so it is kind of, you know, punch to your palate. So if you're just having a nice sipping, you know, this is a good starter for your sipping pleasures at night. And then you can move to the Jack.
And again, we had done a show on Wilderness Trail, right? And we picked up 4 bottles. Different. Now that wasn't one of the original.
No, we
4.
just did the weeded.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't get all 4. We just got the weeded. However, we really liked it. And so Shauna was like, I think we need to try more of that Wilderness Trail.
Yeah,
So
I'm glad we did, because I like the rye just a little bit better than the weeded, even though I really like the weeded.
yeah. When we started this journey, though, we weren't big on rye
Yeah.
at all.
But now?
And now look,
we are.
here's 3 bottles that are all rye.
Yep.
Okay, my next bottle. Shauna and I recently, within the last year, we had a new granddaughter, Graceland McKenna, and I said, I got to get McKenna. Just got to. And so I think my thought was I would get it and leave it sit on the shelf and just kind of, that's our granddaughter. However, what I shouldn't have done was try it because I've been really, really, really fond of that Henry McKenna 10-year. And it is not easily found here in Ohio. I'd gone with our friends Mike and Terry down to Kentucky back in May, I think it was, and about every store we went into had it sitting on the shelf. So I brought a bottle home with me. I love that. It's just smooth, easy to drink. It's got great flavor profiles.
So my third favorite whiskey sipping whiskey. Had to get that out there. Is the Old Forester 1910. This is my favorite out of their Whiskey Row series. The 1910 comes in at 93 proof, so it makes for a great sipper. I can't say enough about that one. I've had that in a blind many times, and it has won for me a lot.
And Shauna is a big fan of the Old Forester lineup. It has really grown on me since we started this. I think if I had a favorite Old Forester, and the reason it's not in my lineup I'll get to, is the King Ranch. Mm-hmm. Comes out of Texas. The bottle we have was sent to us by a viewer. He heard us talking about it. He said, hey, I can get a bottle of that if you want it. So we made the arrangements, and he got us set up with a bottle.
Right. And we don't have much left, so we try not to sip on it.
Yeah, so for me to call that a daily sipper, it's not, because I really like it, but there just isn't much left.
We don't live in Texas.
Yeah, and it's not easy at all to get. So my last current favorite sipper is this Maker's Mark Lost Recipe. And again, Charles, one of our viewers, was able to set us up with that bottle. I think we actually got a backup of that too, didn't we? Mm-hmm. He sent it. I opened it. Was it on a live? I think we tried it on a live. And I was like, oh, that's incredible. Yep. It really was. So he was watching, and he let Shauna know that, hey, I can get more of those. So really good. Maker's Mark is another one of those ones that if you just look at, in my opinion, your basic Maker's Mark, it's a good bourbon. It's a good pour. But man, they've got some special stuff out there that's just incredible.
They do. And before I get to my last nightly sipper, grab sipping whiskey, I don't know what to call it, because it's not my nightly, but my most often sipped.
Current go-to? One of your current go-tos?
Yeah. I want to welcome our new patron, Jeff McMullen. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you to all of our patrons. We really appreciate all the support you guys give us.
And I'd like to say, guys, if you would, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and drop us a comment and let us know what you're currently sipping that you're looking forward to nightly. Yeah.
And I feel like I almost have to give Charles credit for this one too. He set us up a few weeks ago with a double blind, and he sent the whole Heaven Hill grain to glass lineup for us to taste. And this one blew me away. It was so delicious. It's the Heaven Hill grain to glass Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's the one with the blue on it. 107 proof. I have found myself going to this one. I've only had this bottle for a short period, but like my hand gravitates towards this bottle because to me, to my palate, it is very good. I enjoy it a lot.
It is delicious. It's a delicious bottle. It's nice and rich and deep and
full of flavor.
Full of flavor. It's kind of a full-bodied, I would say. Coat your mouth well. The flavors last. So
Yeah.
it's no big surprise that that's one of her regulars because, well, it's on her side of the bar. And I don't, everything, this is on your side of the bar too.
Yep.
I don't get much on my side. You only see half of what's on her side on the picture, but you see my whole shelf. So that is our current 4 whiskeys each that we are currently enjoying on a regular basis. I know that the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, we would like to definitely keep that as a
Definitely.
rotation. We'll just have to start looking for another one. So I think that's all we have.
It is.
So shout out to Whiskey Sippers. Thanks for calling us out on this. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
And until next time, everybody, be safe.
Thanks, everyone.